So I would start with touching a point from last week parasha, but this is something that is totally relevant to all of us. In the last week parasha, we can see something very interesting. In the middle of the parasha, it's speaking about the story of 5 daughters of a person named Tzlofchad, that he passed away in the desert. He made a sin and he passed away. And the daughters are asking for Moses, give us holding among our father's brothers, which means before coming into the land of Israel, Hashem, the Almighty, is promising and telling Moses that when they would enter to the land of Israel, the land need to be divided to tribes and to the families. And the daughters are saying, because that we are daughters, it seems to be that we are not going to get any holdings in the land, and we are asking to have the holdings of our father. And Moses asking the Almighty what to do. And Moses brought their case before the Lord. Now, the sentence, Moses brought their case before the Lord, the case is mentioned over here with a letter, which is a big letter, the letter Nun, big letter. The letter that represents the world of Binah consciousness, where all the blessings is coming from, the sustenance, the health, relationship, and so on, life. And the answer eventually was that they are going to get the piece of land, they are going to get the holdings of their father in the land of Israel. What that we are learning from here, that all the Jewish rules, all the rules in Judaism that are associated with inheritance are coming from this paragraph, from the answer that was given to the daughters of Tzlofchad and then to the people of Israel in general. This is a very important thing to understand, because we see it again and again and again. So many problems are coming up when there isn't proper inheritance that is written down and is deposited in the courthouse where it's supposed to be deposited in such a way that it would be clear to whom the belongings of a person, the holdings of a person will continue to whom it will be belonging. And just now there is a situation with a woman that her husband passed away like 6-7 months ago, and a month ago her son passed away. To the son there were no kids, he was not married and no kids. To the husband there were no prior kids. So the situation is that all the holdings is staying with the wife, even though that it says, according to the halacha, that when a person will pass away, the inheritance will go on to his brothers. But in this case, he had a son when he passed away. The son is getting everything, and now that when he passed away, the wife will get everything, but it's not that easy. It's need to go through court and so on to arrange it. So we need to understand that if inheritance is written properly in advance, it will keep peace in the family. There won't be, at least there will be less fightings within the families, less arguments. Otherwise, it's causing to a lot of arguments and a lot of chaos within a family. And if we look to the beginning of the portion of Pinchas, it speaks about the fact that Pinchas was blessed with the blessing of peace. The Almighty is saying, I'm giving you my covenant, and my covenant is peace. Hineni noten lo briti shalom. I'm promising you that you are going to have the energy of shalom, of peace. Shalom means also shalem, complete, which means I'm giving you the covenant of being complete. Peace means to be complete. When there is no peace, then there is the separation. Peace means to be united, means to be complete. And this was the energy that was given to Pinchas, that was a Kohen, And he received by that also the ability to give the blessing of the Kohanim, that the blessing includes 60 letters, and the last word within the blessing is shalom, because the blessing is coming through the energy of peace, of shalom, which means the first level of being complete is that the person will be within himself shalem, complete, which means with inner peace. And if we are feeling restless, it means something is missing there in order to be complete, to have inner peace. And the first thing that we need to obtain is inner peace. This is where the blessing is coming from, because the vessel to receive a blessing is to be with inner peace. And you cannot be with inner peace when we are complaining about different things in our life. Why someone did to me that, why someone did to me the other thing, and so on. Because if we have bitterness about certain things that we went through life, and each one of us have reasons why things did not go well, and we might feel upset or angry or bitter because of things that happened in our life. But then we need to understand that the moment that we are in that frequency, and we all can fall into it, very few people, righteous people, are not falling into it, which means being clean totally from that. Because when we are feeling bitterness or upset or angry, it means that we are upset with the Almighty that gave permission that something like this will happen to me. Because nothing in this world can take place without the permission of the Almighty, which means no one can do for me or to me good or bad unless there is the permission of the Almighty. This is written clearly by Rabbeinu Bechaye in the book The Duties of the Heart, which means literally if we have bitterness or we are upset, we are in that moment indirectly we are upset with the Almighty, and we all fall into that. And this is the opposite from the vessel that can hold the blessing, which is being complete, which means being in peace. So if we want a blessing in our life, the first thing that we need to be is with inner peace. Then we can receive the holdings that we're supposed to receive. And if something belongs to us, it will come to us, and if not, not. But if we want to be responsible for that after us we would leave the ability that there will be harmony and peace, then our responsibility is to prepare the will in such a way that will maintain peace among the people that we are leaving behind us. Which means it's our responsibility to write a proper will and to deposit it in such a way that it will be legal. Not that we write a piece of paper, it's in the drawer, and no one knows that we wrote it. No, it needs to be totally legal in such a way that it will save people after us from fighting or arguing or not knowing what to do and having disputes and arguments and separation. And then it's not peace and not blessing. This is our responsibility, and we learn it from this portion, Parashat Pinchas, from the story of the covenant that the Almighty gave to Pinchas, the covenant of peace and being complete. And at the same time, we see in the Parashat Pinchas the importance to ask for what belongs to you. In that verse, now there is a hint over here. In Hebrew it's written, תנה לנו אחוזה בתוך אחי אבינו, which means give to us the holdings among our father brothers. Give to us, I marked it over here with bolded letters. This is the same 3 letters that associated with one of the names in the 72 names, and this is the name. And in the chart of the 72 names, this is the 4th line from the top, and the letters are Nun Taf Hey, which are the same letters of the word over here, Tna. The word Tna, it's Nun Taf Hey, the letters that we see over here, the bolded letters. These 3 letters are the same combination that appear Nun Taf Hey. And we know that, I wrote it in the book, that with these 3 letters we can meditate, that the light of the Almighty will come into our life via these letters, in order that we'll be able to ask the Almighty that what belongs to us will come to us, which means if we did a certain business deal, and someone is preventing, is especially blocking from us from receiving what belonged to us, what was promised to us. So we should meditate with this name, that the Almighty will send that the blockages will be removed, and this will come to us. What belongs to us will come to us, whether it's money, whether it's something else. With these 3 letters, King David was demanding to receive the sword of Goliath. After winning over Goliath, he wanted to have that sword. He said, give me that sword. It's like I was winning that. He was using these 3 letters. Also, when Jacob was speaking with Lavan, his father-in-law, he was telling to him, give to me my wives and my children. He was using these 3 letters. Tena, give to me. But this is the sequence Nun Tafei to meditate with, in order to ask the Almighty that we should receive what belongs to us, that no one will take what belongs to us from us. This is the 3 letters, and it's very powerful. Powerful one. It's an opportunity to meditate with each one according to the necessity, according to the situation in life. Now there is another thing. This coming Shabbat, we are coming to have 2 portions, Matot and Mas'eh. And in Parashat Mas'eh, it's speaking about the 42 places in the desert that the people of Israel were traveling after going out of Egypt. Within the 40 years, they went through the different places in the desert. The number 42 is associated with Ana Bekoach. And the first sequence of Ana Bekoach is also associated with Livelihood. It says over here that the first sequence of Ana Bekoach, the Aleph Bet Gimel Yud Tav Tzadi, that we see it over here, is hinting to the word Bereshit. This is the sequence, and is hinting to the 6 letters of Bereshit, which with a different order, it means She'er Bait, and it's associated with the basic needs of a person of sustenance, not just food, everything that is included with the economy of the house, of the holding of the house. So therefore, with this sequence, the first sequence with the prayer of Ana Bekoach, we can meditate to remove blockages that disturbs the sustenance from coming to us, at least to have the basic, in a proper way, to have the basics of the needs of the holding of our house, the economy of our house, including everything that need to be included in that. Meditation of the Ana Bekoach and the 42 letters that there is in this meditation. This is the first one in them, Aleph Bet Gimel Yud Tav Tzadi, is associated also to remove blockages in the way of economy of the house.